What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mr. Harris, back again with another video. And today we're going to be doing a recap of this past Super Bowl weekend. Got a couple things to go over right quick, so let's go ahead and get to it. First of all, unless you've been living under a rock lately, then you should know that the New Orleans Saints were victorious on Sunday in Super Bowl 44 down in Miami. They beat the Indianapolis Colts 31-17. I was rooting for the Saints. I picked the Saints to win. If you missed that in my Super Bowl prediction video, I put a link over here in the sidebar so you can check that out. But I did pick the Saints to win. Although the game didn't quite go the way I expected it as far as the way the game was played. I was correct on the outcome, but I wasn't correct on how things were going to unfold. I thought the Saints were going to force the Colts into more mistakes, and really the only big mistake that they made was Peyton Manning throwing that interception in the fourth quarter. That pretty much sealed the game. But I did think there was going to be a little bit more mistakes being forced by the Saints. I didn't expect the slow start from the Saints. They were down 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. They looked a little out of sync. I don't know if maybe the Colts were throwing some stuff at them that they weren't expecting as far as defensive looks or whatever. But the Saints looked a little out of whack to start the game. But it looked like they kind of pulled it together. Had a little bit of momentum going into halftime. Yeah, they kind of killed themselves a little bit going into halftime when they were down on the goal line and couldn't punch it in for the touchdown. But they still had a little bit of mo going into halftime. They had something to feel good about. Props to head coach Sean Payton and his coordinators for calling that onside kick to start the third quarter. That right there, that took some guts. And I don't think anybody saw that coming. I think that kind of threw the Colts off a little bit. They weren't expecting that. They probably strategized the whole time during halftime, strategized with the idea of, okay, in start of third quarter, we're going to get the ball back, unless, they were probably doing a lot of offensive strategizing. Then all of a sudden, they didn't get the ball back. Then they had to put the defense back out on the field. Peyton Manning played good. Like I said, the only real big mistake he made was that one interception that he threw in fourth quarter, which kind of killed him. But other than that, it's not like he was just fumbling, stumbling all over the place, making all kinds of mistakes. New Orleans defense, it was good, not great, but it was good enough for them to win. They made the plays that they needed to make to win the game. They had a couple of good stands where they forced the Colts to either punt or kick field goals, and then the Colts kind of had a chance to at least maybe send it into overtime at the end of the fourth quarter. The Saints stood their ground, turned them back, forced them to turn it over on downs, and that was the end of the game. So again, props to the New Orleans Saints and their coaching staff, the players. Good game, well deserved, and good season. They had a real good season, and they did a real good job, and they deserved it. Also, I want to give a shout out. I promised I would do this, but I want to give a shout out to Midwest Blocks. He's a user here on YouTube. When I made my last video, Midwest Blocks, he's repping Southern Indiana. He's obviously a Colts fan. When I made my last video and I said the Saints were going to win, he wasn't trying to hear that. He said, nah, we got this. The Colts are going to run all over the Saints. But after the Super Bowl was over, he came back and commented on my video again and, gave me credit for being right about the Saints winning. And he took his loss like a man. So shout out to Midwest Blocks. I told him I would shout him out in my next video. So here you go, Midwest Blocks. This is for you. It takes a big man to stand up and admit when he's wrong. So that was the Super Bowl. That was on yesterday on Sunday. And as I mentioned in my last video, on Saturday, me and some friends of mine, we had our little rib off. Now this is this is not like any kind of tradition or anything like that. This is something that we just kind of threw together. We did it a couple months ago, back at the beginning of December. We did it. It was only 3 of us, me, Hank, and Brandon, and we decided to do it again. Brandon wanted some revenge because in the first one he came in last. He came in a distant last. There was only 1 point separating first and second, but then there was 10 points separating second and third. So he came in a distant last the last time. So he wanted some revenge. And first of all, shout out to my man Hank, who took it again for the second time. Hank won the rib off. Your boy Mr. Harris was tied for 4th. Not my best showing. I wasn't happy with my ribs. Before I even left the house, I knew that these were not contest-winning ribs. I was using my smoker for the first time, and I just wasn't, I'm still learning on that thing. I just got it. I haven't even had it 2 weeks yet, or I've had it 2 weeks now. So I just got it. This was only my second time using it, and the first time I used it, I made chicken. Smoking chicken and smoking ribs, that's apples and oranges, 2 totally different things. So I was a little bit, kind of struggling with using it. I had some problems when I was starting my fire. Had a little bit of a mishap there and kind of threw my game off, and it was all downhill from there. But shout out to Hank. He won fair and square, and sad to say for Brandon came in last again. And this time the separation between him and the guy in front of him was 8 points, which isn't too bad when you consider that there was about 30 some people that voted. So he came in last again, but he was cool about it. He didn't complain. He didn't cry. He didn't whine about it. But yeah, he came in last. So, but I don't know if we're gonna do it again. Maybe we might have another cook-off. Maybe not with ribs. We might do something different. I don't know. I'm pretty much up for anything. This just gives me, if we do have something, do something again, it just gives me a reason to go out and buy a big ass piece of meat and smoke it. You can't go wrong with that. Gives me an excuse to get out there on my smoker, use it again, practice, learn it, and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, shout out to Hank for winning, and also I give some credit to Charlie and Jason, aka 5-0, because they were two rookies on the scene, and they came in second and third. Charlie came in second, and Jason came in third, or was it the other way around? Yeah, Charlie came in second, Jason came in third, and Jason said, "I ain't never cooked ribs before in my life. I had no idea what I was doing." And he came in third place, so that's not bad. Charlie has cooked ribs before, but he never been in a little rib off with us before, and he came in second. So shout out to Charlie and 5-0. And like I said, I don't know if we're ever going to do it again, but if we do, I'll let you guys know and let you know how it goes afterwards. So this has been my recap of Super Bowl weekend. Once again, leave your comments below or video response below, and hit the big yellow button, subscribe to your boy, and look out for another video from Mr. Harris. Once again, my name is Mr. Harris, and I'm out. Peace.